Good evening, everyone. This is Jacob Folger, artist sculptor, and tonight we're gonna do a cat wearing human clothes, playing a guitar, I think, something like that. And so we'll get started. I'm working with Amaco brand clay, and this is modeling clay, air dry clay. I'm going to start off by rolling a ball like this, and I'm going to kind of squeeze it kind of flat like this, and I'm working on a flat board, and since the cat will be standing up, he needs to be supported by something, so he's going to have this to lean against and a base to stand on. Okay, this is the shape I made, and just a kind of a platform for the cat to stand on. And we're going to roll a needle of clay like this, and just fold it in half like this. So that'll be his legs, and we kind of want him like in a relaxed pose. So let's see, I'm going to kind of bring out his legs a little bit like this, and I'm going to position him on there where I want him to go, and then I'm going to take a sculpting tool like this and just for it there, for his hair, back of his body, his butt, and his legs right there, and wet all that, so it's a good join, you know, a good positive join. I want to cross his legs a little bit because I like that pose, kind of like that, and one kind of leaning. So I'm going to blend them in right there. So he looks like he's just kind of chilling out there. You can see that. You got the visual on that, right? Okay. We're going to take a little bit of clay, maybe, let's see, roll a ball, roll it into, I'm going to get some softer clay for that. The clay's a little hard. I'm going to roll like a shape like this and put it on there and blend it in. Like that. Yeah, I'm doing that right. And yeah, let's make its head. So I'm going to take a ball of clay and hold it up to what I think would be a good size for his head. Maybe add a little bit more clay to that. A little bit more. Roll it into a ball. And then take my fingers like this and roll it back and forth. And what that does is it creates a neck and the beginning of the head. Like that. What I'm going to do is just form it so it's kind of round like that. And I'm going to press in like that. And I'm going to take a little bit of clay, just a little tiny bit of clay, and put it right here, or the end of his nose, or tip of his nose, and blend that in all the way around. And then we take a little ball like this and put it right here. And take another one about the same size. And put it right here. So let's have like this little whisker area. We'll blend that in all the way around. Okay. Blend that in all the way around. I'm going to take a little ball of clay. This is what we've done so far. I'm going to put it right here. And that's going to be his lower jaw. Got that. And now I'm going to take a ball tool. And actually, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have his eyes closed. When I play guitar, I like to have my eyes closed so they just get into a nice groove. So I'm just going to take this tool and put a little mark there, like that. And so I get about the same size on the other side. I'll turn them upside down and do the mark again on this side. Well, it looks like that. Okay. I'll just fix that. Okay. Now I'm gonna roll the ball like this, roll it into a cone shape, and put it where his ear goes. And roll another one for the other ear. Blend that in. You take a sculpting tool and just blend it in the front. And you can kind of press it in like that, creating a shape like that. And with this side. We got a cat going on here, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just slim this down a little bit. And I'm going to take a tool and store where his head's going to go. Store the bottom of his neck. Like that. I'll dab a wire. And just holding his neck, kind of like that between my fingers. I'm going to push him down on that, on the torso. And then to secure his head there, I'm going to take a little bit of clay, roll it into a noodle, like this. And press it over it flat. And I'm just going to wrap it right around where I just put his head. And then squeeze that and kind of blend it in. That way his head will be nice and secure to his body. Okay, so you want to go around, take a look around, make sure everything is blended in pretty good. And that's kind of where we're at now. And we're going to take a little bit of clay and roll it into a noodle, pretty thin noodle, like that. And we're going to kind of flatten it a little bit. Like that. And put that up around here, like that. Bring it around like that. And that's going to be his little coat. And then we're going to blend it in. It's okay if it's a little bit rough because we can go back and clean that all up later. That. We also want to take a little noodle clay like this and put it on his pant leg there, or just his pant leg. Blend that in. This leg here. You know, I've been looking at all these channels that are doing super well. I gotta tell you, all the videos they're doing are 15 minutes long. I haven't been able to figure it out. I can't really do videos that are 15 minutes long. I can't. I mean, how am I going to teach people how to do this stuff? I don't see how it's possible. I've been trying to figure it out. I made this beautiful mermaid. I even posted on the community page on my channel. I mean, I cannot figure out how to make this video 15 minutes long. I don't know if you guys will watch it. I'm very frustrated with that. I don't see how I can do it. But apparently the algorithm on YouTube is 15-minute long videos. I don't see how I can do it. So I guess people aren't going to watch my videos or whatever. It's a little bit frustrating, I have to say. I'm fastening a guitar. I'll start with a kind of a teardrop shape like this. Flatten it. Flatten it a little bit. And I'll take like a tool like this. And I'll hold it here. And I'll press down like that. I'll do the same on the other side. Like that. Kind of like a guitar. It's kind of like a guitar. What do you say? Like that. Okay. We'll press this in a little bit. Sculpting tool and just putting a little collar there. Okay, I'm getting it. We're not going to get it in 15 minutes, I'll tell you that. Alright. I'm going to score this side here. We're just going to do it in his body. And I'm going to score his body. Here. Like that. Like that. And press it on there. Like that. And I'm going to take a little bit of clay, roll it into a noodle like this. And I'm going to put it on the back of the guitar like that, and press it in. Blend this in like that. And on the back side, I'm going to take a ball tool and blend it in the back. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm going to take the ball tool and put the sound hole in the guitar right about here. Like that. Okay. Alright. Put here. Alright. I'm going to take a little noodle of clay. Maybe thin as that. Like that. Just want it to be kind of uniform. Well, let me start over because that doesn't look so good. Let me do it again. Oh, that's better. Okay. Put it here. Maybe right there. Keep it so it's got like an elbow there, see? And then you can pinch it off right here. Put it up where the shoulder would be, and just put it in there and blend it in. Like that. That. Alright. We'll make another arm for the other side. Roll the noodle. Round this off a little bit here. And I'll strip it off. I'm going to put it on the guitar, like that. Bring it up and around. What I want to do is take a little bit of water. There's not a lot of room here to do scoring and all that sort of thing. If you wet the pieces of clay and press them together like that and get nice and wet, it'll give a nice bond. And then put this in here. Like that. press that in really good there. Make sure the guitar neck stays straight. Once it starts to bow down, let's press it back up again. Alright. And now we're going to take a little clay, let's see, roll it into a needle like this. Like that. Put it right about here. And blend that in, that's the sleeve coming down. Like that. Do the other thing, do that on the other side as well. Blend it in. Trying to straighten out the guitar so it's not really bowed, you know, it's kind of bowed right now a little bit, so you can kind of pull it out and flatten it out so it's not so bowed. Okay, you can give it a bit of water. I got a mixer here, see? Look at this. Let's mix it. Mix it lightly, don't overdo it. You don't want it soaking wet. You just want to keep it moist while you're working on it. There's a lot to brush. If you have a brush, you could do it with a brush, I guess, but there's a lot to cover, so sometimes it's good just to give it a spritz. Alright. Okay, what I want to do, I'm going to take a sharp tool, clean it off, make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to try to open his mouth up a little bit. Taking a sharp tool and doing that. Just have to be really gentle, but really, I would like him to be singing, so I'm going to take a little bit of brush and just kind of smooth this out. And then take maybe a mouse over big, take the paintbrush and go in there, just kind of open his mouth up. Well, it kind of looks like he's singing, right? Oops. It's a really good idea to have like a washcloth handy and a damp washcloth and wipe your hands off and keep them kind of clean. because you're doing detail work like this. It's a problem if they're really dirty. Oh, try to turn his head like this, you know, if he's really kind of drooping. Like that. Okay, we can take a small paintbrush, get a little bit wet, dab off most of it, most of the water, and just go in and just gently smooth. So we'll do that for a few minutes and come back. Okay, so I've been kind of smoothing a little bit. And the other things you can do, like, you know, under, trying to get a shot of this, you know, in between the guitar and under his arm, you can take little bits of, small bits of clay and put them up in there and take a small ball tool or something like that and just sculpt it in so it's nice and solid. You can do that where there's deep crevices, like behind the guitar and stuff like that. You also can, you know, tilt his head back so that, you know, he's got some, you know, he looks like he's, you know, really singing. It's kind of hard to get a shot of that. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, so and, you know, if you don't get pristine, I mean, still it's a very folksy kind of piece. You know, a little bit of texture is fine, I think. And so what I'm going to do is put them in the oven for about a half an hour just to warm them up and dry the surface. And then I'm going to come back and do a finish on them. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. You know, from different angles. So he's got his head kind of tilted, his mouth open, his eyes closed. You know, he's singing, playing the guitar. Oh, there you go. So we'll come back in a little bit and put a nice finish on him. Okay, we're back with our cat, and we're going to start the finish on him. I want to do a nice aged kind of faux bronze finish on him, and so in preparation of that, I'm going to paint him black. I'm using Utrecht Studio Series acrylic deep black, but you could also use just about any kind of black paint. I do recommend either a flat or matte black paint, and just tends to look better. This paint is actually a matte black. It's helpful if you get your brush a little wet, go into the paint and work it into your brush, and then start applying it, and you want to work it into all the details of the sculpture, and do at least 2 coats. And once you've done that, we'll come back and when it's dry and start the bronze finish. Okay, we're back with our cat, which is black now. We're going to be using Johnson's paste wax, which is available at most hardware stores, and Pearl Pigments in antique bronze right here. And I have that in a lid here like that. And I'll set this out of the way here. I like to apply the bronze as much as I can with my finger because it just looks better that way. And but it's a small piece and there's a lot of detail, so I'm definitely going to have to use a brush also. The first thing I do is I get my finger into the wax and get some on my finger, and then I kind of swirl it like that to kind of get it spread out of my finger, and then I dip it into the bronze, and it looks like that on my finger. Then I swirl that, and it gets it really kind of mellow and a lot softer. And then I just go over the cat, and my main objective is just to highlight the sculpture. Oops. I want to, for me, I mean, you can do what you want, but I like to just kind of leave lots of black showing, especially in the recessed areas. And then I'll get a little bit more wax on my finger, swirl it with my thumb, get some bronze on my finger, swirl it again like that, and apply it. The clay is a little soft still, so some of the areas, especially around the base, which is okay. Because you really don't want to dry it out in the oven completely. You just want to dry the surface of the clay if you want to put a finish on it. A little bit more bronze and a little bit of that. It looks really good if there's, you know, some texture on the piece. Looks better, I think. There's a good bit of texture. And then you can take a small brush like this, get a little wax on it, dab it off, get a little bit of bronze, dab it off, like that, and go in and touch up where you weren't able to get. I definitely don't, I try not to make it too bright, you know, I really like that kind of antique look. So, and then you can wait maybe 10 minutes and let the bronze harden, I mean the wax harden. It'll take a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and we'll come back and really make it pop. Okay, we're back with the cat. The wax has had a chance to get hard, and now for the wonderful part, take a soft cloth, like this is a flannel, piece of flannel, and you can just go over and gently buff the piece, and the wax will take on a really nice sheen, and the bronze will just absolutely pop and become glistening and really quite pretty. Keeping in mind that the piece is still kind of soft, you know, it's not definitely dried out yet completely, so I don't want to wipe really hard, but you can see that it's really quite pretty. And really a beautiful finish. I just love this finish. I really like doing on my pieces, especially, you know, it's a very deep and rich finish, and really makes the pieces look quite beautiful. Let's see that up close. You can see it's quite nice. So, there he is. And, you know, the thing about sculpting miniature figures is, that I like to do, is just try for really relaxed poses, you know, I kind of, one way of describing it is like, maybe your grandfather falling asleep in his favorite easy chair, and he's all melted into it, and you know, that's kind of what I, you know, keep in mind when I'm sculpting a piece. I want it to look really natural, not stiff. And, you know, so, like with the cat here, you know, his legs are crossed. I mean, it's, you know, it's a little funny because this is like, kind of bent like that, but yeah, and, you know, his head is tilted, his eyes are closed, he's just kind of getting into his music, and you can really feel that from the piece. So, yeah, I recommend definitely, trying for that when you're doing your miniature figures. And you see how I piece them together. It really isn't that difficult to do. And just try different poses. And, so, yeah. So, if you could, please give the video a like. Share it with your friends and family, and maybe on your favorite social media platform. You can leave me a comment if you have any questions. You can leave that in the comment section, and I'll give you a detailed answer. I will tell you this, a lot of people ask me, should I seal it? No, I wouldn't seal it. The sculpture will be fine. I have many sculptures finished like this that have been sitting around for years and years, and the finish still looks great. The Johnson face wax is a very durable finish. So yeah, it's no, you don't have to seal it. And so, if you like this kind of content, I have roughly 500 videos on my channel, teaching about sculpting, finishing sculptures, jewelry making, how to paint, and I also do computer art, which is a lot of fun too, and I have videos on that as well. So, if you like this kind of content, please subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get a notification when I upload. I upload videos weekly. Usually a couple times a week. So that's about it. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night. Bye-bye.